Hey guys, welcome to the Model Citizen Podcast. We're your hosts, Hunter and Michaela. We are so excited to have you here. All right, let's dive in.
You know that song.
Of course.
You go way, way back with that one.
Hi guys. Welcome
Hey everyone. We
back
did
to
it.
the Model Citizen Podcast.
The one and only Model Citizen Podcast is all I'm going to say.
Yeah, that's all we're going to say for
That's all we're going to say.
Until further notice. You guys do your own investigating.
Yeah,
the only
exactly.
Model Citizen Podcast.
That's right. Please do your own.
Even though no one wants to respond back to that email. Anyways, so here's the thing. Hey everyone. Hope you guys are enjoying your short work week. Because we are celebrating Martin Luther King this last Monday, and I want to tell you guys that my daughter's going around telling people that so my son, sorry, I'm fixing my light, guys. Listen, we're learning. We're learning. We're just learning. Bad podcasters. My son got a pamphlet at school, basically all about Martin Luther King and why we're celebrating it and yada, yada. And it has Martin Luther King all over it. My daughter, for some reason, is going around saying that is Pa, which is our dad. And she keeps pointing and being like, look, it's Pa. That's Pa. That's Pa. And I want to, first off, what a compliment.
Yeah. I mean, truly.
As Dad said, because I sent a video to Dad and the whole group chat being like, hey, what were you wearing last time you were here to lead my daughter to believe that you were Martin Luther King, and how dare you?
Was he in like a full suit?
No, literally, it was how dare you? What mustache were you sporting? Also, by the way, Dad right now has long hair, like shoulder length hair. Looks not even in the eye. You know what? I got to compare the two.
They don't look anything alike. Not even in the it's not even in anyone's wildest dreams. I'm wondering if it was just she was just going off of like energy. Like
does Dad give Martin Luther King energy? Like, I don't know.
I think she should have done is she should have gone not Pa. Maybe that's what she meant. She was going not Pa at all.
Right. Well, the thing is this. I think it's the cutest thing ever. I think it's absolutely hilarious.
That video
and you
was
know what?
hysterical.
Listen, I want her to go around saying that's my grandpa. Okay, and I'm gonna say my lips are sealed. I don't know. She could be right. She could.
Who
be
am
not
I
right.
to destroy a little child's sense of whimsy
Martin
and
Luther
wonder?
King is my dad.
A lot of ways, Martin Luther King is all of our fathers,
isn't he?
I mean, isn't he? He was a reverend.
And a lot of people, you know, he is not their father because their fathers are not like that. You know what I mean? So it's like two truths can exist. Yeah, he's our father.
We've always said
not our father.
Right, he's not our father, but he's our daddy.
That's right. Well, you look at his lineage, and there's some daddies.
There are some daddies there, but yes, thank you to Ava for just giving us the chuckle of the family group chat this morning, because that was that was good.
I love it.
Yeah, it was really good.
That should be our clickbait title. Is our dad Martin Luther King?
Right. And everyone's just like
learning our dad is Martin Luther King.
Learning our dad is Martin Luther King. It's like that show Who Are You or whatever, you know, where they have celebrities come on and like find out about their family history. Yes. That's going to be us, and we're going to be like, is our dad Martin Luther King? And then end of the show, no, he's not.
No.
And
then it's good. It's just, it could be a 2-second show.
Right. It's dragged out into 42 minutes with without commercials. Yeah.
They could just go, hey, I'm just going to take one look at you and go, no.
I could also, it's also like those, I used to watch National Geographic so much growing up, and they would always be like, did the aliens build the pyramids?
Oh, right.
And it would be an hour and a half, 2-part special. And it would be all these specialists and people weighing in. And in the end of it, they were like, no, they didn't.
Absolutely.
They did not build them. And I would be like,
right. That's so National
Can we do a
Geographic.
2-part series on who did build them? Like, is that?
And they're like, we don't even know.
Who's to say?
Who's to
Who's to
say?
really say? We weren't there. Were you there? No. So how do we know?
I don't know. Was I there? You know what I mean?
I don't know, dude.
I was there and then I wasn't there. So that the thing
We're
is
really
that
everywhere.
two truths.
Mm-hmm,
We're
mm-hmm. Once again,
omnipresent.
I don't know
Interesting.
if you should be saying that.
I rebuke.
We are God.
The next thing I want to know.
We are Charlie Kirk.
So you hear Heather McMahon? She was like posting a story how like everyone keeps mistaking her and like tagging her on like X or Threads or whatever in all these different places, thinking that she's Erica Kirk. She looks nothing like her.
She looks nothing. Oh, because she's got blonde hair. I mean, listen,
I swear to God, dude. Listen,
in a lot of ways, all white blonde women do look alike. Like, have you ever seen the Fox News anchor lineup?
There should be a study on that.
Yeah,
specifically the Fox News.
It's called homogeny. Yeah, that's what it's.
It's
what
so jarring. It's jarring.
And then they're scary. And then I hear about one and then the other, and I'm like, those are not the same people.
No, I know.
They'll be like, Megyn Kelly said this, and this one said this, and I'm like, that's not both Megyn Kelly.
Right.
Interesting, but they are, and two things are the same. Two things can be true. They are the same.
They're Megyn Kelly.
Yeah.
Yikes, dude, Megyn Kelly. I want to know something.
Yeah.
What's your beef with Abraham Lincoln? What's your absolute beef with Abraham?
It's not. Beef? There's no beef here.
Yeah, there is. There's some kind of vendetta, something that like personally happened because I sent Michaela a beautiful, large, cross-stitched photo, hand cross-stitched, of Abe Lincoln. Okay.
Right.
And I said, hey, this would be so cool in like an old country, like a deep, dark, moody, like library. Right.
Sure.
And she said, I didn't know you love Abe Lincoln so much. And it wasn't even like,
I didn't know you were a fan. Right.
Didn't know you were. And then she was like, I'm more of a Theodore Roosevelt girly.
Yeah. You've always known me to be a Thomas Jefferson girl.
I have. And I think that like, we don't talk about that enough. Right? Like what president defines us, right? Like am I Abe Lincoln ? I don't know.
We're all Abe Lincoln.
We're all Abe Lincoln ? Are we related to him?
I don't have any beef. Are we related to Abe Lincoln?
Just every episode.
The answer is
and then at the end of the episode, no.
No, we're not. I don't have any beef whatsoever with Abe Lincoln. I just think it was just so jarring for my sister to send me a needlepoint of Abe Lincoln and be like, look how beautiful this is.
But
if
how
you
beautiful
told me 5 years ago that you would be sending me that, I would have been like, huh? Which sister? Did I find a new sister?
Right.
Is there a different one? Was there a hidden one?
Well, it's crazy because it's like people don't evolve.
Well, and that's true. What I do know,
people stay the same from infancy up.
Mm-hmm.
There's
you stay the same.
Evolve.
Right.
Yeah, you stay the same.
Some people do stay the same. The thing is that really got me though is the English countryside portion of it, because the
You're
irony.
Gonna tell me?
No, but the irony of having an American president in the house of an English countryside home. You know, like America, which broke off from England and got into a huge war about it and won. By the way, USA
having
won.
A prominent American, almost as crazy as having the Queen on.
I don't have the Queen in here.
I don't know, a teacup.
I don't have the Queen in here.
Gonna buy.
I don't have the Queen in here.
I don't know, maybe a commemorative.
Also, the Queen didn't leave us. We left the Queen. Well, technically, we left the King.
All I'm saying is, it was just having
the irony was funny.
English countryside, and guess what? Right. I'm going back to get it.
You should.
And it's going to be hanging in your house in T-. I'm going to overnight it.
You're going to overnight it. Dude, I'm going to send it back. And here's what's going to happen. We're going to be sending this back and we're going to incur so much money.
Dude, that's like a
shipping
episode.
Right.
Do you remember that episode?
Yes, of course. Where
it's like, no, I'm not going to get it.
Right. I'm not. It's going to come to you though. And what's funny is it's going to be wrapped in different packaging every time. So you never know what it is. It's going to be in an Amazon box. You're going to be like, oh my God, those are my towels. Boom. Abraham Lincoln cross stitch.
I kind of like this bit. I think it's an expensive bit, but I kind of like it.
We got money to burn, don't we?
Yeah, dude. Let's just commit to it.
The
Let's do.
Patreon's
I'm
doing
gonna go
really
back and
well.
get it.
We've got money to blow.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna go back and do it, and we're gonna send it. I'm gonna send it
Thank you. Thank you.
overnight.
All right, we're going to do our ins and outs, guys. I want to
Okay.
talk about my in because I'm holding it right now, and that is McKenna Coffee Company.
Mm-hmm.
This is day 2 of me enjoying a McKenna coffee beverage in a row.
How good?
It's so delicious. Where are they besides here? Are they only here?
I think there's Natalie Wood, who
Oh, Natalie
created
Wood.
Bad Wood. Yeah. She's like a part owner or investor or something, and she had posted about it, but she was so excited that it was finally up. I think there's only one more maybe in the valley, or maybe
Got it.
right.
There's
Isn't
3.
there
There's
only
a
two?
Camarillo, a
Oh, okay.
Simi, and a Thousand Oaks. Yeah. Okay.
Got it. Okay. I think Simi was maybe the first one, and then Thousand Oaks.
Yeah,
Anyways,
Simi was the first one. Yeah.
it's supposed to be very good. Apparently, there's like always a line there. You know what the thing is it's like that. You sent me a picture of it. I could just tell that coffee
the
was
look of it,
like a delightful dessert.
Yeah, right. The Maui latte is amazing. The standard is amazing. It's just, is that what it's called? The standard? The legend. The legend is so good. It's just like, and it makes me be like, wow, Starbucks sucks. Like for so many
Starbucks
reasons,
sucks.
politically, but also Starbucks fucking sucks. Their coffee tastes burnt. And I didn't realize that until I've had other coffees. And now I'm like, burnt. So burnt.
Also,
Bad.
Starbucks coffee, for some reason, I don't know if you've noticed this, but it makes me really tired.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's like the kind of coffee bean they're using, but it makes me really, really tired.
That's ironic. I wonder if they have a certain kind of bean that makes you tired so that you get more or you get bigger ones. Dude, we're Big Coffee. We are on to you.
Yeah, Big Coffee. You better watch it.
You better watch your freaking
watch it.
Coffee. What's your in this week?
I like that in. My in kind of goes back to what I did today at the thrift store when I sent you those plates, because it is romanticizing the everyday moments, starting with making my kids food or breakfast or bowl of berries special. So like I've been serving them, they call it their fancy plates. So I got these cute little berry bowls, and I'll like do their berries in the morning in it, and I'll put like a little yogurt in it and just kind of make it cute. I'll like, I bought recently some like tablecloths to set out, and they call it like the fancy, fancy so plates, cute. Fancy dinner, fancy breakfast, whatever.
Love that.
And I got these really cute plates today to like swap out their plastic plates that they've been using, because I'm trying to like get away from plastic, now get into more like actual plates now that they're not little kids and gonna break them.
Right.
And they're cute as heck. And God,
So
I'm romanticizing like the everyday moments. Like I think that why not set the table for your kids? Doesn't have to be every day, but ever so often, right? Like I got the cutest stuff for Valentine's Day, for when they wake up on Valentine's Day morning. The cutest little like spread. I'm gonna do like, I got these little skewer sticks to do like fruit skewers with like hearts at the end. I got like a really cute tablecloth. Like it doesn't have to be expensive. Like I showed you, the whole plate set cost me $6, and it came with 2 big plates, 2 salad plates, and 2 bowls. And by the way, these people had no idea what they had, because it sells online for $100.
That's the beauty of the hunt. That's the beauty of the hunt. Absolutely. Yeah. Love that.
Any hooser.
I love that. My out this week actually is going back to you saying tired. My out is reading actual books making me tired. For some reason.
Over Kindle?
So I don't read my Kindle too often, but physically reading a book or a Kindle. So, okay, this isn't a cry for help, but I've been working through the Artist's Way book. And if you are a creative, you know about the Artist's Way. It's basically like an 8-week thing where you do it's like a whole course basically to like get your creativity back and like silence the like critic in your head that tells you you're not good at art, you're not good at this or music or whatever it is that you do. And I have been working through it, and you were supposed to read like 20 pages a day. I can go through a book on my audio, like Audible, in like a day and a half if it's just like a short book and I'm just like doing other things. 2 days, 3 days, whatever. 20 pages has been such a struggle for me for some reason. I just get so tired.
Yeah.
It's almost like my brain has like an associative thing with reading and sleep. And that's probably because I grew up reading before bed. So,
Yep.
because before Audible, before Kindles and all that, like e-readers, I really did not have those growing up. It just makes me so tired, dude. And it's like
Yeah.
frustrating because I'm like trying to read and I'm like, I gotta
Yeah.
get through these pages, you know?
I fall asleep every single, like, I get so tired. Brian will, if he can't fall asleep, like before taking melatonin, he'll
Read.
read a book.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll read a book.
Yeah. It just does it. For some people they can sit and read for hours. And I wish I was like that. But I'm not.
Yeah.
But I'm not. So
Well, listen,
Audible for me
dude.
only. What's
Audible
your out?
only. My out is pumping your own gas, dude. Here's the thing. I went so we went to go visit my in-laws, and the way that I have not pumped my own gas
Right.
in, can't even
Many
tell you
years.
how long. Years.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
years, because in New
Right.
Jersey it's not allowed. The way that it should be like this everywhere, I was
Mm-hmm.
so disgusted. Like, here's the thing. What am I, a mechanic? Like, I bring it up every episode, but what am I, a mechanic? Like, why
Right.
are we out there handling
Sure.
these little guzzles
Right.
full of gasoline, dirty as all get out? Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what's going on in there?
Right. You
Bro,
don't
I was
know.
disgusted. I literally couldn't even, like, couldn't do it.
I always say this. I used to say this to Martin because he did not realize this perspective. But as a woman, being at the gas station is
Scary.
actually very anxiety inducing
Yeah.
because for several reasons, one of which is you are literally stuck there. Like
Hmm.
there's no, you can rip your thing out and get in your car, but you're very vulnerable at the gas
Yeah.
station. And how many times have you been at the gas station and some man walks up to you and starts talking to you? Like
I
it's
have
countless.
anxiety right now.
Every woman who is listening to this has had this experience, whether
Yeah.
it's like someone who has fine intentions, someone who is just trying to solicit something, or someone who is like being inappropriate. Like I feel like we've all had that experience. So yeah, I think it's like, don't make me get out of the car. It's not about being
Don't
lazy.
make
It's
me.
not about being any type of anything. It's because I've had so many experiences at these gas stations. And now I almost never pump Martin will almost always take my car
Yeah.
to get gas because I've explained this to him and he's like, oh, I'm not going to let you pump your
Would you
gas
rather
then.
pump the gas or go inside? Like, if you had to do
Um,
two things.
Go inside because it's like
Really?
there's more of a level of safety inside. But
Yeah, I
you
guess
mean
so.
like, and then they come out and pump my gas?
No, like, so, like, I sent Brian inside, and then I pumped the gas.
Mm-mm.
No.
I don't want to do either of them.
Well, no, I don't want to do that either than them, but, I was like, "You go do that. You go in."
Right. That's a really good question. Which one would I rather do?
Hmm.
I think you mean could I go inside and then get right back in the car? Is what you
Yeah.
mean? Go inside, pay, come back in.
Yeah.
That's what I would rather do because it's
Okay.
quick. I can get back in my car. I can lock doors. Because the thing is that, you know, you're standing there, you're filling your car, your front seat is like open. And if it's, or you have to be like, I have to lock my car, remember my
Right.
keys, make sure my purse is hidden so nobody comes through the driver's side
Isn't
and
it
grabs my
crazy
purse. It's
how
like a whole
it
thing.
never was like, never, like, growing up, it was never like this. Dude, I would leave the car unlocked all the time. Now,
Yeah.
I lock the car as soon as I get in the car,
Yeah. Well, we just
and I,
live in
like, look
crazy times.
around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
I think the sick thing is that I feel like when you're very, very young, you don't quite notice it, but then you get into like your little bit middle of like youth. So like maybe middle school age. Because I always talk about how I feel like I got way more male attention when I was in middle school than I ever have. Like, which is so
Really?
creepy. Yeah, absolutely. When I was in like late elementary to middle
Oh,
school.
God,
Right. No, it's
gross.
absolutely disgusting. And I think that that made me very aware of how unsafe I was in the world. And because I like developed early a little bit, but also because there are men who are fucking pedophiles. Anyway, it's just and it made me like very aware. And then I feel like that like sense of security was gone. And then you just learn you're not safe. So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't really know where I was going with that, but basically it's like, yeah, it wasn't like that, but then you realize it's always been like that, low
Yeah.
key.
Right. Right.
You just weren't aware of
It's
it
just
yet.
yeah, you're just heightened
So now
now.
I'm at the gas station ever and I'm just like,
Dude, I live for
I am
being able
mean
to
at the gas
pull up.
station.
Being able to pull
Oh,
up, I just crack the window.
I need
Fill
also
up,
women
please.
to start getting really comfortable with the idea of having to be violent, because I think that
Oh,
were
having
raised
mace. Yeah.
to be so just like demure and like not aggressive and not all of that. I don't want to turn us all into absolute,
But you know what? You've
crazy,
sent me
but
this. You've sent me this video before, and I want this is actually I wanted to talk about this a few episodes ago about how the girl was saying that if you're ever being attacked or not attacked, followed, someone's trying to come for you, maybe kidnap, whatever it is, to make yourself or do something that is very undesirable, right? Like
sure.
be as ugly as possible, be as loud, do something really crazy.
Crazy.
And there was a whole thread of women who were like, yeah, like I, started laughing really hysterically,
Yep.
or I, um, I don't know, did something really like just off putting, right?
Yeah.
When you're in these
Like spitting
situations.
or like looking like you're like foaming at the mouth or like
Yeah,
scratching at yourself, like just be
like
psycho.
crazy.
Because a
And
lot of
because
times
that's
these
off
men,
putting.
yes, these men, the thing about these attackers is that they have also we are a comedy podcast, but the thing about these attackers is that they have already played this out in their
Yeah.
minds. They have a
Yeah.
script that they think that they want to follow. This is what gets them off. If you put a huge damper on their script and you like turn it around, they're going to be so thrown off, they're not going to know what to do.
Yeah.
So they think that you're going to like scream and they're going to be
Just
like, you're
start.
going to be like, stop. No. The
Yeah.
second you start meeting kooky with even kookier,
Yeah.
and this
Just
is
do
what
one
I
of
used to do
these.
down whenever, yeah, no, literally, when I used to
Like
be down in
literally.
like really sketchy places, because we used to like when we were doing like a lot of like modeling and stuff, we would go to like some really sketchy areas. Somebody who would be unhoused sometimes, who was like maybe on something, would like come up, and you just have to be like crazier than they are, and they're like,
Yeah.
whoa,
Yeah.
if you're like, hey, now wait a minute, that doesn't scare them. You have to be
Yeah.
crazier. You have to be more violent. Women, I want you all to go to a rage room. Go to a rage room and start getting used to breaking shit. Look around you and say, okay, what in my house could I use as a weapon if somebody came in here right now? And how would I do
Mm.
it? Literally take your water bottle right now, guys. I want you to all pick up
Okay.
your water bottle because I know you have one by you. I want you
Right.
to just swing it around. You don't necessarily have to hit anything, but I need you to get used to swinging your water bottle around.
There you go. Thank you.
Because a lot of times women freeze when they're being attacked. They don't know what to do. No one's taught them that it's okay to
Yeah.
fucking break everything around them if it means your safety.
We would
We
love
are
to
a
go to
comedy
well,
podcast.
we're a comedy podcast. Here's the thing: is that I
But if
didn't
it
want to
saves
bring it
someone's
up.
life, I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
I
I
didn't want to bring it
just,
up, but
but
I was third place in a karate competition.
you were.
I
And
didn't want to bring it up.
you
You brought
don't,
it up.
sure, in a way. You do bring it up, but that's okay.
All I want to say is I was third place in a karate competition. I don't know
Yeah.
what else, where to go from there. Okay.
Right.
Everyone
I
be
don't really know
violent.
nothing
I
else
know
needs to be
how.
said.
I know how to. Hence, third place karate competition.
Right.
But
There
everyone
was three
else,
people, but yes.
yeah. But everyone else like get violent.
Right. It was a small class. It was
I do
private. It was
it
a
in a
private class.
way.
Somehow it was one-on-one. She still got third place.
I do it in a way that is
Deep, ethereal.
it's deep, it's meaningful.
Yeah.
There's a lot of determination behind it, but that's neither here nor there. I don't want to get into it.
No. You don't want to be braggy.
I don't want to be braggy, but you
You've
brought
never
it up,
been a
so
braggart,
it's
right.
fine. I didn't even want to talk about it, but so let's get into the next what we're talking about.
What's funny is that we want to talk about things that women don't talk about.
It's too bad we don't have a lot of ads because we really could tie them in, huh?
Right.
We know how to tie things in.
We really know how to. We could do like a Mace ad right now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I know.
You guys, Hunter was. She posted on her stories about things that we women don't talk about. And this was actually kind of like what we were just talking about. We don't really talk about how women should be learning self-defense. You don't necessarily have to go to a self-defense class, but do you know what I mean? Yeah. This is part and parcel of like what women don't talk about. There's so much that is like not discussed. And I think one of the main things that we wanted to do with this podcast is to bring up these issues that women have that go undiscussed. And then women are like in the dark. They think they're alone. They think they're the only ones going through something, these experiences. I mean, how many of these have we experienced, you know?
I haven't even looked up. I sent them to you,
Yeah, Hunter sent
and
them
I
to
don't
me and I
really
just thought,
know fully what was said. I just kind of like blindly sent them to you.
right. I mean, one thing for sure that I have gotten for ever since I started talking about my PCOS journey is women saying, I wish more people talked about it. I wish people talked about the symptoms. I wish there was more medical research being done. Like many things with women's health, it's going relatively unstudied. And the fact that it's been around as long as it has been, and just now women are starting to be diagnosed with it, is shameful. You know,
Yeah,
we have a fucking cure for baldness, but not PCOS and endometriosis. Like, hello.
yeah, I know.
So that was definitely
It's
like a top one that I think women have said. And they've reached out to me and been like, thank you for talking about it. I had no idea what this really was.
yeah,
I've gone to my doctor, they've diagnosed me, what have you.
yeah. It's so
So
important.
it is so important. So we wanted to go through this, list of things, and gosh, if we can get some specialists on to talk about these things, that would be amazing, because one of the top two I would say on here is perimenopause and menopause.
Hmm. You know, it's funny. I actually want to look this up. I was talking to one of, well, I'm not going to say who it was, but so I was talking to a friend of mine, and she was saying that she's done having kids because
Mm.
she had started perimenopause. So perimenopause actually starts, people don't realize it, in the mid 30s.
Yep.
People don't talk about it. So here's where um it kind of starts. So it starts kind of with irregular periods, and then you kind of get into your early 30s, skip periods, then you kind of get like late, and then menopause can start, mid to late 40s. But a lot of times people deal with perimenopause from 30s to 40s. We actually, Katie Storino and I, and Ashley Longshore and Tracy, we all had a little group of a podcast we did, and we had a um, specialist on speaking about perimenopause. And I was shocked. She said most people start perimenopause around like 34,
That's
35, but they don't
crazy.
realize it. And
Sure.
there's no talk about it. So you think, oh, menopause, that's,
That's
way
an
down
issue
the
for way
line,
down the
50,
right.
60. Yeah. Um, and yeah, it's jarring because there's so much that your body goes through when that happens or when menopause happens.
Right.
And we just don't realize it. There's another thing that's really not studied at
I
all.
mean, perimenopause, I just learned about recently, like the last few years. And
Yeah.
I went through health class just like anybody else did in school.
Yeah.
So the fact that I've just now learned, just in the last like 5 years, learned about really what it is and how common it um, is crazy. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely crazy. And I would love to get somebody on here because I think that a lot of women do experience these symptoms. Now, obviously, they don't necessarily mean that you're going through perimenopause, but like I'm looking at some of the symptoms because it is fluctuating hormones, and some of them are irregular periods, night sweats, hot flashes, sleep issues, a brain frog. There's a
A
frog in
brain
your
frog.
brain, decreased libido, vaginal dryness, physical changes like weight gain, especially belly fat, thinning hair, and joint pain. So, like, all of that doesn't necessarily mean, obviously, but these are things to look
There's
out
also a lot of
for.
PCOS. There's a lot of like PCOS,
Overlap. Yes.
endometriosis, all of this overlap, right? And the thing
Yeah,
about women's healthcare is like, and we've talked about before, how women, a lot of women suffer from ADHD, but they diagnose it as an anxiety disorder because there's not a lot of study about women with ADHD or
sure.
women's issues. Usually,
Yep,
the studies have started with a man. So,
absolutely.
I think that like that's why women's health, there's such a big cry for it right now, is because we desperately need it.
Yeah. Well, I think another thing on here was hormones and their impact on women. So, like, women's health isn't being talked about, it's not being advocated for. It's like I've like said to Martin before, I've been like, it's crazy that you get to wake up every day and have the same, like feel the same every day. Like you feel the same every time you wake up. Every time I wake up, it's rolling the dice. Who knows how I'm gonna
Right.
be? I could be luteal phase. I could be having my period. I could be right past my period. We got about 4 days a month where we're good. And then the rest, who knows? It's a
Who knows?
fucking crapshoot, dude. And I think that there's not, we're supposed to operate in the same world as men who have these, cis men, obviously, who have these very, you know, even hormones and these very even emotions. And not that women are like more emotional, it's just that
Right.
it changes more
Right.
often.
As far as the estrogen and
We
progesterone, like
Yeah,
the
we
the
all
rise
have
and
the
the
same
fall and all these
capacity.
things. Yeah.
Sure, we all have the same capacity to feel emotions and be highly more emotional or less emotional, but I think that women's it's a little bit more, we're not really sure how we're going to be that day, you
Right.
know?
That's why I think
Not everyone,
understanding
but
understanding your cycle is also so important to see
yeah.
like, okay, I prepare myself. I'm gonna be in my luteal phase. Like Katie Serena always says, not to mention her twice in a podcast, but she's like, we need to rebrand luteal phase because it's
Yeah,
like, yeah, I'm gonna be a bitch.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Period's coming
right.
any
And
minute.
you would be too, by the
And
way.
you would be too.
And you
Okay.
would
I'm
be
reaching
too.
out.
And yet we still show up to work. We're
Yeah.
still mothers. We're still friends, daughters, sisters, leaders. I mean, we're
Smile, look pretty, act polite,
smile, all of that.
do this, do that. Yeah.
Fucking men could never. Another thing on here that I think is like definitely not talked about enough. I can't relate to it, but I do know that it is not talked about enough is postpartum depression and how tough it is to raise your child while you're going through postpartum
Mm,
depression and
yeah. Like,
how yeah, go
yeah.
ahead.
And there's a difference between baby blues and postpartum
Yeah.
depression. Baby
Sure,
blues,
tell
a lot of
speak on
people.
that cuz I didn't know what that was
So
a
baby
difference.
blues is, I want to just make sure I'm saying the correct. So
Yeah,
baby
cuz I've
blues
heard
from
both.
right. So baby blues is like right after because you have such a huge uh dip, right? So that is
Mm,
like I think the biggest dip in hormones that is like ever recorded, like when a woman gives birth, right? So that's
right.
temporary mood swings. It's like sadness, it's crying. It starts a few days after birth, and usually it resolves within a few weeks. Whereas postpartum depression, it's more of like prolonged depression, and it lasts months, and it's intense sadness, it's intense anxiety, it's sometimes it's really bad where there's like thoughts of self-harm, and you know we've heard of horror stories where it's affected the family, right? Like there's so much, there's like postpartum depression like psychosis, right, where
Mm,
because we don't, again, that's another thing that is just not talked about, not studied enough. How do we care for mothers after? When you give
right.
birth, after, it's like, hey, we'll see you in what? We'll see you in a couple days to check and make sure everything's like, you know, your stitches aren't popping out. But after that, we'll see you in 6 to 8 weeks and good
Mm,
on ya. And you're like, wait, what?
right.
How am I supposed to do this mentally? Like physically, mentally, how am I supposed to do this? I've never done this before. I've never had to care for something with no sleep, with the biggest drop in hormones I'll ever experience in my life. And, you know, have to keep it all together. Like there's so much. And so I understand why I felt very lucky that I didn't have um postpartum depression. I definitely had the baby blues, but also very different from my first to my second because obviously my when I had my son, my our brother had passed like 8 weeks, but not even 7 weeks prior.
Yeah,
So I had grief
sure.
that almost like
Yeah,
took over what may have ever been. Who knows? But I feel very
right.
lucky in that
Or
way. But also, I
compounded
was
it.
right. I was
Yeah.
on Zoloft my entire pregnancy, even though I think it's a category C drug. They say, you know, it's not like the safest to be on in pregnancy, but if you have to, and I opted both my pregnancies to stay on Zoloft.
Right.
Um,
Well, I think a lot of women, from what I've seen, is that they feel a sense of shame because they feel like they're supposed to be like in this state of euphoria the entire time that they were a
Yeah.
mother. And the entire time after baby, they're supposed to be like, I'm so happy about my baby. And
Yeah.
here's my baby. And I'm absolutely in just the best headspace. And it's like,
Yeah.
if you're
No.
not, that is completely okay and normal.
Yeah.
And there's so many women out there that are experiencing the same thing.
Yeah, and another one I want to piggyback on is something called Deemer, and
Mm,
you guys should look it up. I dealt with it with my first, and I didn't breastfeed my second. It's what happens when you breastfeed, and when you have your letdown. And if you don't have kids, letdown is when you're, let's say, you hear a baby crying, your body naturally knows to start producing milk, right?
mm,
So like sometimes you'll start like dripping, or you'll, you're about to breastfeed, and so you have your letdown and baby starts sucking, whatever. Deemer is when you have the feeling of dread when
mhm.
that happens, when that letdown happens, and it's
Right.
like a very sickening, depressing feeling of pure dread.
Mm,
And I remember thinking, oh my God, something's wrong with me, because I had always, because our mom breastfed all three of us, and she had
yeah.
a really lovely experience. And she was like, oh, it was just the best. And, oh, isn't it just like euphoric? And you're just you get to like be with your baby. And so I went in thinking that was going to be what it was. I
Right.
had the hardest time with it. My baby wasn't thriving. I had Deemer. I Every time I would just be like, oh, I don't want to pump. I don't want to breastfeed. I don't want to do this. I could not enjoy my baby
Yeah.
until I stopped breastfeeding, because
Yeah.
I could only think about, oh my God, I have to make sure he's eating this way, and all this stuff. So look into it if you ever feel that, because I've mentioned it before and a lot of people were like, whoa, I didn't even know that that was a thing. And it's like, yeah, it's a very real thing. Your hormones and everything, just during that letdown period where your milk is like coming out, it's a very real thing.
Absolutely. I think that I wish more people talked about that because I do see a lot of breastfeeding shaming that goes on. And
Hmm.
even though I'm not a mom, it makes me mad because nothing really gets to me like mom shaming because I'm just like,
Yeah.
literally none of
Listen,
us
I'm a
know.
mom's mom. I don't care
You're a
what you
mom's
do.
mom. Yeah, literally. Okay, so another thing on here, obviously how hard motherhood is and
Yeah.
challenges of like pregnancy and childbirth and how terrifying it feel. I mean, listen, this whole process sounds absolutely terrifying to
I
me as somebody
I
who
think
has not
also
children.
I think that a lot of times the talk about childbirth and the lead up and the scarcity of it all was more terrifying than the actual act,
Sure, I
to
feel like
me
I do hear that a
personally.
lot, unless you had a very traumatic birth
Yes, which like I have,
story.
yeah, like my
Yeah,
sister-in-law, she, oh my gosh, she had her last one was very traumatic. So like in that instance it's like, yeah, I can't even imagine,
yeah.
Um
Well, just the fact that
but
it's like it's not there's no guarantee for any one way for it to go,
yeah,
and just to kind of be mentally prepared and also not be to don't be hard on yourself because you don't have like one another mom's experience of
right.
giving childbirth. Like think about everything that has to go down when you're giving birth and when you're growing a human being in your body and like getting that baby out of you. It's like there's so much that
It's
goes
so
on.
much. And it happens, by the
You're
way,
birthing
like
a whole human being.
once you like start the birthing process, it happens so fast. And then everything that has to happen from like that second to baby being on, it's just like,
Sure.
whew,
Sure. Another thing on here that that I thought was interesting is how lonely being single can be even when you're confident and happy,
yeah,
and how to build a village as a woman and a mother. I can imagine, especially after COVID, I feel like people have just it's gotten a little bit harder. Also, I feel like I don't
yeah.
know, maybe this is just me, but I feel like you when you meet someone new, you kind of almost want to be like, where do you stand on all these issues? Because I can't befriend somebody at this point who, holds certain moral inconsistencies with what I believe. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I also think that yes. I also think that with COVID,
Hmm.
people got really comfortable being alone.
Hmm.
And
We had
now
to survive.
we
We like
had to.
had to, or you'd go kooky.
And now it's like, okay, we spent so many years of our lives, a lot of us during our, not, if you're listening to this, it wasn't your formative years, but your years as a 20 something or a 30 something, right? Um, and then things changed. Our world
Sure.
changed, right? Like
Yeah.
no one works in office. There's no like world right now where you're going in and the office is bustling and it's like,
Mhm.
it's people are working from home. People are really keeping everything kind of close to the chest. There's a lot of strife in the world. Um, you know, people's eyes are open to a lot more, which makes you decide a lot more about what you want in a person.
Right.
And it can feel really isolating for sure. And I think that,
Mhm.
like, the biggest thing is A, get off social media if you can or when you can, or curate your feed to make you feel a type of way. You know what I mean? Like, because
Right.
I know I can get caught up very quickly
Oh, yeah.
into the
Same.
type of feed that makes me feel angry. It makes me feel upset. It makes me feel alone. It makes me feel like, is anyone seeing what I'm seeing? Is anyone like talking about this? Like, what's going, you know what I mean? It's
Sure.
like, and that's called algorithm, right? And like
Yeah.
algorithm controls our world. Algorithm is king. What are we seeing? How is that influencing us? How is
Right.
that moving us forward in our life? How are we making friends that way? So, you know, curate it in a way that makes you feel comfortable because you can control that. I always say that.
Right.
Um,
And
and also
also,
like,
like, if you can
yeah,
block certain, like, for me, so, like, for instance, this is, like, a very small, but it's a really good example about how the algorithm works, and not usually in your actual the favor of your mental health. So, obviously, the Rams and the Bears are playing each other this Sunday, and because I have, like, been sending funny memes about it to Martin, now my algorithm has realized, oh, this person might be a Rams fan. I'm going to send the stuff that Bears fans are saying about the Rams because that might enrage this person who's a fan. You know how people like there's shit
yeah,
talking, and that's totally fine. I don't care. But I just found it really interesting because I think I sent him like 2 memes, and then the next 3 days was just every single person who has ever had an opinion that was, pro Bears, anti Rams, and all of this stuff. And I was like, that's so interesting because I wasn't sending anything anti any of it. It was more just like
yeah.
funny,
It's
but the
algorithm.
algorithm knows what it's doing and it wants you to get incense. It wants to incense you because that is what is going to drive people talking. That is what's going
Yeah.
to get people to argue online and keep you on there. And I
Well,
get
that's like the
sucked
chat
into it all the
GPT.
time.
The
Yeah.
chat GPT of it all, as amazing as chat GPT can be, it's like we used to ask our friends, hey, do you know you're really good at sewing? How would I thread this needle in this specific way? Now we
Right.
don't even talk to each other. It's like, let me just ask chat. I don't want to, that conversation could have opened up another beautiful blossoming conversation. And hey, how have
Yeah.
you been? Oh, good, good, good. I've been great. It's like we don't even talk to each other anymore because we can find everything out on our
Right.
own. And it's like, I think as much as that's a blessing, there's more of a curse. It's like how we're limiting so many conversations that could be had by asking, questions, by having meaningful conversations with people who have diverse thoughts or skills or whatever,
Right.
that could then go into something else, right? It's like
Right. We're
we
relying
just,
on these algorithms of people like agreeing with us. So we're in echo chambers,
yeah,
or we're not even outsourcing questions to our friends, our family members. It's literally like you said. I mean, that could open so many forms of communication and so many different, like, beautiful relationships that we're
yeah,
just giving to a mindless fucking robot.
yeah. It's kind of crazy. So I
Yeah.
I get it. I get it completely. And you know what? You're not alone in feeling that. I don't even think it's a single person's feeling
No,
either.
not at
I
all.
think a
Not at all.
lot of people are feeling that.
Yeah.
Um and I totally get it. And I think that you will find your tribe.
Yeah. As long as you are, like, again, putting yourself out there, I mean, we could do a whole podcast.
But the more we talk about this, right?
Yeah, the more we talk about
this,
it,
the more it opens up that conversation to then go, oh, they're feeling this too. Let's talk about this outside of the chat of the world.
Right.
Let's, have this conversation. And then that opens up. And then so it just is such a domino effect.
Absolutely. I think that there's so much of this that we could really talk about. The thing is, like, we could do an episode on all of these things. And I think we should, because I feel like
there's so many.
There's so many, and so many women responded with very similar things. And I think that that's been one of the main goals of our podcast, is to shed light on these issues that women have been having, and be at least like, you're not alone. You are not alone, because there's nothing worse than going through something tough and feeling like you're the only one experiencing it.
And let me tell you, after reading this list, there's nothing on here that I haven't thought or experienced myself.
Totally.
Nothing.
Yeah. Right.
So if you sent a question in, we will get to it. I think in the next couple episodes, because there's so much meat in here to talk about. But if you sent something in and we didn't get to it, just know there's nothing that you said that we haven't felt or dealt with ourselves. So I read every single one, and
we're going to get to it.
Yeah, we're going to get to it more on this next week. And thank you guys again for hanging with us. We're going to put a pin in this.
Putting a pin. We'll be back. And you guys, if you love the podcast, do us a huge favor and send it to somebody that you think would really benefit from listening to it. The more you guys send and talk about the podcast, post about it, rate, review, things like that, it really helps us get to audiences that listen to the same things that you listen to. And it really helps us grow our community, which is just so important. Like, we just want to get all of this info out to women. If even one or two women benefit, we're so happy, and we feel grateful for this platform. So if you love us, please send it. And always, our Patreon, $5 a month, you get extra episodes every month, you get video, you get access to our community, and everything's ad free on there. So you want to see our pretty faces?
Steal.
Robbing blind. All right, guys, thank you so much. We will see y'all in the next episode, and hope you guys have a great week. Bye. Thank you guys so much for listening. You can catch a new episode of Model Citizen every Thursday. And please don't forget to follow the podcast so you don't miss any of the action. We want to hear from you, so please leave a rating and review, and follow us on socials for all the behind-the-scenes action at Hunter McGrady and Mikhail McGrady. And don't forget, you are worthy, you are loved, and you are capable of doing all wonderful things. Bye, guys.